mid-length. So again, I'm just going to break down the sections. So section 1 is the front. 2 and 3 are the sides. 4 is the crown. 5 is the back. Gives us a foundation. We've got a nice 2 ponytails here that we can bring this up and pin. Now I'm going to do another trick in the back here. This is a really great, fast, really super fast way to get this back up. Split it in 2. Just gonna drag it across where it is living. I'm going to put the elastic in. And here's a trick. So I put my ponytail in. Let me show you sideways. All right, so the ponytail is in, but what's going on is the short bits are on the bottom and the long bits are on the top. And that looks weird. If I was just gonna pin it, it was like, okay, wait a minute. Just twist it and switch it out. So now the short bits are on the top. All I did was give it one twist. The short bits are on the top and the long bits are on the bottom. Looking at my waterfall, what's going on, what's so pretty. The other 2 elastics, bringing it over. And the idea, what we've been working on is sculpting the hair. Okay, so now we've got, the back is up, the crown is in 2 little ponies. All right, so now before we bring up 2, 3 and the crown, let's just get a little bit more shape here to this fullness. She's not as long. We don't have as much hair to play with. And remember, you're sculpting, so your brain, okay, your brain is free. There's no photo here. So I want a little bit more bulk out of this, right? So this is like last minute, you did my hair, throw it up sexy. You don't have padding, or you don't have extensions. It's not a wedding. It's just New Year's. I'm just gonna go in, and I'm going to tease. So just fatten that up. And when you scrunch, you fatten. Use your products, use your puffer. Got a nice little knotted rat there, but what I'm really concerned with is the ends. So what's going on? You still want to be clean. Put a little bulk in there with the tease. Looking at these ends, thinking about sculpting, what's going on. So I'm just going to take a pinch and I'm going to go right down into the ponytail. And where I'm pinching, I'm going to go in, I'm going to put one piece of the ponytail bobby pin at the crown of this head, and the other one hits my thumb, and it goes in. Trust your fingers, trust your eyes. All this following the photo has has taken away some of your freedom to really be creative. So there's another bulk of the couple of the other ends of the other ponytail. I'm going to take this pinch. I'm going to go down into the head. I'm going to pin it right at the base of that ponytail. So you can see there's the ponytail. I'm just bulking out little bits of that ponytail and going to pin it right down. I'm creating, in a sense, I'm creating padding with its own hair, and I'm just wanting to get shape. I'm wanting to have a nice flow. This one we consulted that she wants to see a little bit of fun going on up in here, and that's coming. Oh, you go out and you walk around the mall, and all the Generation Z, and they've all got top knots, they've all got stuff, and we have to remember that's new to them. That's new to them. We might have done it in the 80s or the 90s, but that was 20, 35 years ago. It's new to them, and they're wearing it. They're wearing messier, higher looks, and they don't know that in our brain, if we're an older stylist, that is not dated. It's new to the kids. All right, so we've got some fullness and fun going on. I tease those bases of the ponytails to create kind of its own hair. Rat in a sense. I'm going to get her happy with the front. It's really important the client is happy with the front. If she's super nervous, and this is another thing that I teach, if she's super nervous, sometimes I get the front done first. Then I turn them away from the mirror and we're good to go. Other times, they don't care. They're reading, they're on their phone, they trust you. So it always depends on what your client, her mood, and her personality, and her nervous level of nerves, right? Okay. So we've got a little bit of we're gonna go for a little bit more of a full crown here. I'm going to crisscross her front. Twist that up a little bit. And this is something that, you work out with a client. Work out with the client. See what she's liking. Let me just put this down so you can see. Alright, so we just split the front in two. Twisted, now I'm pinching and pulling. Where I'm holding, you know what I'm going to say. Because I don't want this to be flat. We got movement, we got fullness, we got height, we got an elastic. Let's look at our ends. What's going on with those? There's the other elastic right there. I'm going to kiss those two elastics together. And I only need one bobby pin. I'm kind of feeling I need another one. Oh, I didn't catch the other piece, that's why. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's get the other piece. So because we crisscrossed the front, so here's the rest of her front here. We crisscrossed it, so we went over that way. Let's look. We're working with the client, getting her happy. you know, you might have a retro client, you might have a rockabilly client, you might have, you know, they're all different, right? Sexy to one person is one thing. Vintage to one person is one thing. I'm putting another elastic in here. Want her to be happy right here, and this is what's really important. Just work with her until she's happy. This is what happens if you don't work with a client. As you do the updo and you spin her around and she gets this sour puss, and you're like, but this updo is stunning, it's gorgeous, it's the braid, it's the picture, and she's got a face on her. Because you gotta work with her as you go, and they have to like the front. No matter how gorgeous the back is, they have to feel comfortable with the front. And that's where it's frustrating for us. They don't know about the picture. They have no clue that the beautiful loose braid they see in that picture is gonna be a different look in the front, and they're just not gonna feel comfortable with it, and it can be frustrating. So this system that I teach at the consultation and checking in as you go gives you that control throughout the appointment. I still have all of the front two sides, and I'm going to take a look, check in with the client. What does she like about this fullness, this sexiness, what's going on in here? If she says, oh, it's feeling a little messy, or it's feeling a little too loose, like, oh, okay, no problem. Let's try to clean it up a little bit. It's never a problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. Let's clean it up a little bit. Never a problem. You just want to work with them. It's their hair. Just clean it up a little bit. Just loose. You learn to work with your fingers and not your tools all the time. Gonna trust your own hands. Gonna clean it up so she can see this, you know, maybe some of this softness at her neck will just make her feel more sexy and not so messy, okay? There's no right or wrong because you're sculpting. Alright, so we cleaned it up a little bit. Check in with her again. Oh yes, I like that. Oh yes, I like that. Oh, I see my neck. It's pretty, it's still loose, it's still soft. Okay, sounds good. Alright, and so we keep on going. Okay, so you want to check your shape, your balance. We've got good shape, good balance. And when you have good shape, good bulk, good balance, and you've got all this left, this can be decorative pieces. We don't need it to continue to finish off the crown. We kind of need a little bit more on this side. Obviously we've got that section there. Sometimes if I'm going somewhere, I just get things out of my way so I know where I'm going. I'm gonna get this. When you work in these sections, you aren't overwhelmed. You don't have so much hair in your hands. Gonna check in with her from the front. In this area, because we already have fullness and bulk and we don't need any more pieces, I'm gonna do like it's a system that you would do for a French twist. Let me just pin this down. Right, so this is kind of like a, it's a technique you would do for a French twist, or you could do it for a curl as well. And this is a trick you use a lot in vintage hair. So I'm just going to create myself a seam. This would be what you would do up the back for a traditional French twist, but you could do it on an individual curl. And so now that whole side 2 has been brought up. It's attached. And now I can just match some of the other styles that are happening. With my ends. Do I want my ends? Do I want to do a pin curl? Do I want more pieces? This is where you can just do a lot of different things. And if you you could put another elastic in here and just twist and pin. And if her hair is floppy, you're gonna want to tease underneath. See, now it's not floppy, right? It's a little bit of tease just underneath, keeps it from being floppy. You've got the whole row of bobby pins in there, and you just find them and pin. Then you can spread that out. You can have the ends loose, you can tuck them. You work with her. And so that's just been brought up right here. I'm just going to show you a trick on the crown. So when I'm looking down from the top, I can see some elastics. And all I need to do is just go in there and pinch them together. Okay? Just go in there and pinch them together. And it's real important when you don't say, oh my gosh, I screwed up, I can see the elastics. Don't talk like that to yourself. Like, okay, the elastics are showing, what can I do? All right, I'm gonna pinch them together. And you gotta get rid of that language, and that's gonna, because that makes the cortisol, all the negative stress hormones release, and your brain, it shuts down your brain, you can't think. So when I look at her right here, I'm also seeing, all right, what can I do to fatten this up, to spread that out, balance her a little bit. Again, it's none of that I screwed up language. It's like, all right, what can I do to tweak it? What can I do to fatten that curl? You've got a good foundation with the bobby pins, the ponytails, you got your products, and you just go in and find a solution. No, I screwed up language. Once you stop that language, you're going to become more solution focused. All right, when we got this one last piece, sometimes when a client has that picture with a braid, and I'll be like, okay, is it where that braid is, or would you be happy with a braid anywhere in the style? And then sometimes like, well, I don't know, yeah, I guess I've had that style a few times, like 5, 10. Maybe we could put, you know, do you have a different idea, Gretchen? Yes, I have a different idea. And that's what they need to rely on us to have a different idea. And unless we play, we gotta play and stop trying to perfect the photo so we can have a different idea for our clients. My other set of hands, because I want that to live right there. Work with the client from the front. So we've got the nice tight sides and the fullness in the top. So we got that braid making its way to the back. All right, we've got, remember this, the brief for this, all these 3 ladies was sexy, so we're gonna maintain having some sexy pieces dip down. I've got that living where I want it to live. Before I secure it over here, I want to secure it in here.